Welcome back. We're going to walk through some of the Excel functions, some of the if statements. So here's where it's called a logical statement where we can put some logic. So I've called up once again our purchase order file, which you can find from the book, the whole set that the author has. And I've added a column here called order size. And these first three, I put a very simple if statement. So let's see what we want to do. Let's say we want to know, this is the exact example from the book. Let's say we want to know if this order quantity right here, this column right here, if it's 10,000 or more, we're going to call it a large order. If it's less than 10,000, we're going to call it a small order. So let me show you how we did this. Well, let me do it here in a separate cell for you. You can call up your function, and this is an if function. And we say if, and it calls up this dialog box, and it asks us what the logical test is. Well, we're going to say this quantity, if that quantity is greater than or equal to 10,000, okay? What are we going to do if that's true? If that's true, we're going to call it a large order. And I put it in quotes because it's non-numeric. Otherwise, we're going to call it a small order. And I hit OK, and there I have it. And then I can copy this down with our copy function. And there you see I have a small, and then when I get to 10,000, I have a large. Okay, that's how you do the if statement. Now, it gets, what if we wanted, and I did that down in this section here, what if instead of just small, large, what if we wanted small, median, and I need to spell median a little better here for you. What if I wanted a large, small, or medium, a couple of categories? Well, let me do that one for you. We'll say if equals, equals if, okay, and let's say we want to say this small medium on the cost of an order. Now, as opposed to the quantity, let's say small is under a $25,000 order. Medium is somewhere between 25,000 and 100,000, and large is more than 100,000. So let's take this if G10 is greater than 100,000. Remember, we're doing if it's greater than 100,000, comma, I want you to call it a large order. Otherwise, what I want you to do is I want you to ask another if statement. So this is called an embedded if statement. I want you to go back and ask again. If it's not greater than 100, I want you to say, hey, is G10 greater than 25,000? If that works, then I want you to call it a median order. Otherwise, we're going to call it a small order. Let me see what all right, if G10 is greater than large, if G10 is greater than comma medium, comma small. There, we've got it, median, okay? And then we can copy this down. Notice, for everything that's 25,000 to 100,000, I've called it median. For these two orders, I've called it small, and this order over 121,000, we've called it large. So there's how you do what's called an embedded. If I wanted to change this, I could just go back to my formula. Spell median correctly, fill that down, and there you go. So that's how you do an if statement. If what my logic is, if it's true, I'm going to do this. If it's false, I'm going to do this. An embedded if statement is where I say if it's this, I'm going to call it something large. If it doesn't meet this logical criteria, then I'm going to put in an embedded if statement, a second if statement. Okay, if it's not greater than 100,000, is it greater than 25,000? If it's greater than 25,000, I'm going to call it median. I think you can do up to 99 embedded if statements. I could do another if statement if I wanted to, but here I just wanted to segment it between large, medium, and small. So it allows us to take our data and split these into large or small quantities or large, medium, and small costs per order. Hope that helps. Have a good day.